André Onana, he's being linked with Monaco. Apparently, coming out of Sky Italy, clubs are interested in signing André Onana. I don't know why someone would be interested in signing him, but if they are, we should be pushing him out the door because Manchester United, like we talked about with Emi Martinez, we need to stop the bleeding. Onana just hasn't worked. There's lots of reasons why goalkeepers don't work at Manchester United. We went to the watch Arsenal versus Manchester United at home. He kicked the ball out 4 times in the first half. Absolute liability. He could have something going on in his personal life. Something is in his head. I don't know what's going on, but Manchester United and André Onana don't mix. I like his interviews off the pitch. Seems like a great guy. For some reason, playing out the back, which should be his strength, is not, and his shot-stopping ability is comical. So André Onana cannot stay at Manchester United. With Monaco interested, there's a little bit from Saudi, Inter Milan maybe. He has a contract through 2028. He's rumored on $120K a week. Are these clubs realistically going to pay us money for André Onana after his performances?
No, here's the thing. They would be paying for the André Onana that hasn't performed at Manchester United because he's a better goalkeeper than he's shown over the last 2 seasons where he's been very, very dismal. So that does not put United in a good position. But at the end of the day, they can look at his inner days and look at his performance in that final, even though they didn't win it, and be like, hey, there's someone here that has some useful life. He's also like 29 for a goalkeeper. He's got plenty left in the tank. So I think at this point, he needs to be known that your future is not at Manchester United. I don't know if that's been made clear. We're hearing conflicting reports out of the press whether or not Ruben Amorim sees this as a clear priority in terms of moving out. But past the eye test, look at United. I think if we just have someone that's way more stable in the back, we got to move him out. But this is another place where we're sell to buy. All of a sudden you got 5 players you got to move out before you can bring players in. That's not a place you want to be. So you wish you could be in a situation where you could run Onana back, but it doesn't feel like that way. It feels like at this point, his head is gone. It's been a full disaster at United. It just hasn't worked out. That happens with goalkeepers sometimes. It happens with players sometimes. At this point, we got to cut and run. But if he doesn't want to leave because we got wages that no one else is paying, then where have I seen that move before? Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but 120 a week isn't too bad. We signed him. What's really bad is the 47.3 million pounds we paid for André Onana. 101 appearances. That's enough for me to know he ain't the number 1 goalie at Manchester United. For me, United used to be really good at when a player's time was over at United, they were out. It was like we saw it with Roy Keane. We saw it with Van Nistelrooy. We saw it with David Beckham. The new United is like, no matter what you do, you stay.
Hang on forever.
And I know in my bones Onana's going to be the goalkeeper at Manchester United next year.
He will.
I almost can't get behind it because it just means that we don't have the footballing operation. Look at any metric at André Onana, shot stopping, his ability to play out the back, how he's defend crosses. He's horrible. Just like you look at the stats for Hoyland. It's like, it is clear we need somebody else here. And then we're just hanging out. The transfer window isn't all year. It's like 3 months. You got to do all this business. And from day one, priority has to be, Onana, thanks, you're out. And it's not. And this is where it's this United playing games and then letting the market dictate if we'll run it back with him. It makes 0 sense because United have to say, no, we're signing somebody else. You have to go. Sign someone else and then sell Onana. And I just feel like the fact that we're just kind of, this feels like bluffing in the press. We're not getting concrete. Like Onana wants to stay. United's being coy. It's up to whether or not we might do these other deals. It's clearly someone isn't running it because there is no time for this. It has to be like, need a new goalie, sign them, then sell Onana. And I feel like United continue to just trip over themselves in the transfer market and don't make these big time decisions that could actually make a difference next year.
And there's just so much to do. I think they're at a point where we have so much baggage that we're hanging into that, like, if Onana and Garnacho were the problem children you're trying to sell this year, that would be achievable. But we have fucking Sancho, we have Anthony, and we have Rashford all looking to move. So either way, André Onana, do we move him out, or is he the goalkeeper come next season? I have a feeling he might be back at Old Trafford next year.